right, we are officially live. RacerX Wednesday is back in the building. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me okay. Trying to adjust my camera just a little bit here, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take just a second and load you guys up on the computer here so I can see everybody's comments. Do me a big favor, guys. As you jump into the live tonight, please just go ahead and announce yourself. Let me know that you're here. Hit thumbs up for me. I expect tonight's live to be, well, I hope it's very, very interactive and a lot of fun tonight. I have not been live with you guys in over a month. And I definitely felt like it's time for me to come live with you guys. I have a lot to talk to you guys about tonight. If you guys are watching this on replay, no big deal. Sorry you couldn't make tonight's live, actually in person, but no big deal. We will catch you on the next one. But hopefully, guys, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. And look, like I said, as soon as you guys jump in here, let me know that you're here. I want to say hi to some people, and then we'll start jumping into a lot of what I wanted to talk about tonight. I'm going to share a little bit of personal detail with you guys. I feel like it's fair to do that. I didn't want to do a dedicated video to it, but I will share some things with you guys tonight, obviously. Some stuff about the Demon 170 tonight, about owning a Demon 170, pros and cons. We'll talk about that, some upcoming content that's pretty fire, and some stuff that I already put out that I want to just talk to you guys about. Because there's a lot of buzz going on right now all over the place, a lot of controversy. There's a lot of things happening. So tonight, we are going to talk about it. So RacerX Wednesday, we are back tonight. I'm so glad to have you guys in the building. Already 125 people on, guys. Please hit thumbs up as you jump into the live tonight. It really does kind of help the live. So let me grab, let me go ahead and start a live session here. Here we go. Comments are loading. I do also, as we get started tonight, guys, have a really cool giveaway. From time to time on my channel, I will kind of do this thing where I will put out that I've made something special, or I'm going to give something kind of special away. I never really know how to do it, but I had something made. I'm going to show it to you guys here in just a minute. And the way I normally do it is whoever donates, whoever has the biggest super chat. Last time I did it, I went ahead and just whoever had the most cumulative amount on the super chat is actually who I sent this to. And I think it, let's see, I know Black Ghost, Greg Qualls, I know he won like a big one a while back, but we've had several different ones where we've had a lot of fun. And I got a really special thing to give away tonight that's super cool. So anyway, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let me look and see. My man Sovereign Knight in there, putting my Instagram up there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me say hi to a few people. Like I said, we've got, please hit thumbs up, guys, on your way in the door. Hopefully my sound is good, so give me a quick sound check. I know that I don't have my sound deadener on here because I switched to an iPhone 15 and none of that crap plugs in because my old iPhone had different connections. It's really aggravating, but it is what it is. So at any rate, it's kind of funny when I watch this stuff on replay because my thing in the background always looks crooked or weird. I promise you it's straight. It's just the camera angle. So at any rate, let me see who we got here. My man Sovereign Knight, good to see him in tonight. Super sub on it. Appreciate that, buddy. Let's see. Nadar is in the house. Michael, let's see. Was wondering that overpowered Demon is a mistake. Had a 72 Demon with a 340 for $3,500. It was a blast to drive. We'll talk about the Demon tonight. About ownership of a Demon, what it really kind of consists of, and is it good? Is it bad? I'm going to scoot you guys down just a little bit. And there are some things about this car, owning it, that I didn't necessarily foresee, but like I said, I'll get into it here in just a second. Just want to say hi to a few people here. My man Aaron in the house, good to see you, buddy. Let's see here. Hit the thumbs up, says Sovereign Knight. Definitely not you, thank God, is in the house. He's always changing his name. I love that one, but he's in the building tonight. Good to see him on. Let's see who else we've got. Nadar saying good morning. Carrie Glock in the house. Good to see you. Justin saying Sayer family in the house. Good to see you, Justin. Let's see, Adam saying, first time watching on the live. Well, welcome, Adam. Thank you for joining tonight's live. Lymanstein, am I reading that right? How's it going? It's going good, buddy. Thank you. Aaron saying, what's up to X-Fam? Let's see, Frankenstein Camaro's in the house. John Herman saying, what's up, all? Larry C is saying, hey. I'm sorry, Joni Howell saying, Mopar or no car, love it. Let's see here. Johnny Lord saying, what's up? Grape, just grape. Is in the house saying, how's it going? Good, thank you very much, appreciate it. Let's see, Jaden is in the house. Hi, what's your favorite car you have ever owned? Wow, that is That's a tough one, because I've owned some good ones. Probably, honestly, you know, my blue, I had a blue C5 Corvette. I think, you know, those of you who follow my channel a while, I've talked about it, but I had a blue C5 Corvette with a hole cut in the hood. It was done perfectly. I had a polished Magnuson supercharger sticking up through the hood. Mind you, those cars weighed like 3,100 pounds, 3,200 pounds. They're super light. Maybe less than that. The C5 Z06 were super light, and that car was so much fun to drive. It was a 6-speed. It looked good. It smelled good. It sounded good. I really, really like that car. I really like my Charger Hellcat, and I really like this Demon. I've had lots of other cars out there as well that I really liked. It's tough between those three. I haven't had the Demon long enough to say it's my favorite. Obviously, you would have to be one of my favorites. Certainly the most expensive one I've owned. We'll talk, actually, that's part of what we'll talk about later tonight. But Sovereign Knight says Excessive. That's my Hellcat. I had a lot of fun in Excessive. Excessive was a car that consistently put a lot of race cars on the trailer, 4-door sedan. So yeah, I have only positive things to say about my Charger sedan, Excessive. But man, you know, there are different things I like about different cars. I don't know what else to say. As a true enthusiast, you learn how to drive a lot of different stuff. I've owned Chevy. I've got my twin turbo Mustang. That car is a butt ton of fun to drive as well for different reasons. I wouldn't say it's necessarily my favorite, but the way it makes power is different and it makes it unique. And you know, each car brings some special. I could literally talk about all the different cars I've had and how much fun I've had and why I like each one for different reasons. So anyway, that's a great question. I really like that. Let's see. Aaron's saying, what is the deal with the blank blank that trashes you in his articles? You know, there's a few of those guys out there. So Aaron brings up a good point. You know, there's a couple of guys out there that trashed me in some articles. I guess that's just part of the gig. When you get a big enough YouTube channel, people tend to do that. People tend to also leverage your channel for views. I've seen a lot of that. It is what it is. You know, I don't know what else to say about it. You know, like we talked about on the last live I did, guys, you know, everybody is a pro driver apparently. And it feels like they could do it better than me. Whatever. I mean, what do you do? So I have a good time with it. And it's really interesting, though. Aaron does bring up a good point. I've seen a few articles that were, you know, kind of ridiculous in nature. Some of them, it is kind of interesting how some of them will only mention Brooks. You know, oh, this Plaid did this. And I'm just the inept demon driver. Go figure, right? So anyway, I get a good laugh out of some of that sometimes. It is what it is, but good point, Aaron. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Real quick, we've got 170 people on. A couple things I want to tackle. First off, I see a lot of comments coming in right now. Cheryl Ross is in the house. Good to see you on tonight. Let's see here. Who else have we missed here? There's a bunch of folks. Let's see. Ozzy Trippy 392 says haters are lame. Yes, sir. Gerald saying Demon car J first time. Hello, good to see you on tonight. Larry, did you hear about that 300 Chrysler Hellcat engine was stolen? I have not. I haven't heard anything about that. Send me something on Instagram. I'll take a look at it. Real quick, guys, I don't want to get too far into this, but as I mentioned, on tonight's live, if whoever has the most super chat dollars, I will track it. I've got my little notebook down here with all my notes in it. I do this before every live. I got something pretty cool that I had made. This is my car, as you can see right there. And I had this special thing done up, and I don't even have one of these. I thought it would be cool to order it and give it to one of you guys. And as you can see, that is my... Why do you want to say hi to me when I'm on my live? At any rate, this is my car doing a wheelie. As I mentioned in some of my other videos, I stepped it off. It went 29 feet on a wheelie. That's no exaggeration. I literally went back and stepped it off right after the car did this. And that is a stock Demon 170 doing what it does. My car, that's obviously my logo, Demon 170. And whoever has the biggest super chat tonight, I will go ahead and sign it for you, and I will send it out to you guys. So anyway, I thought it was kind of cool. Like, I actually thought about hanging this up, and then I thought, no, I'm going to give it out to one of my subscribers. It should look really good. It's already got all the mounting stuff on the back of it, and just be something fun, something to do to give back to you guys. So like I said, I'll keep track of the super chats as they come in tonight, guys. And whoever has the most super chat dollars, we will go ahead and I'll send that out to you guys. I have the box sitting right over there. So all I got to do is put it in there and mail it out. So we'll see how that goes. And should have a good time with it. Sick, you guys like it. K9X saying, hey, buddy. Let's see. He's going to come say hi real quick before we get going. Abbas, come here. You come say hi real quick before we get going on this live too much. You're bugging me. Come here. Come up here and say hi. Hey, don't pull my computer over. Come here. There you go. You come say hi. Yes. You guys have seen him in a few of my videos. He shows up every once in a while, don't you? Yeah, all right, go lay down. Good boy. But anyway, guys, lots of stuff to talk about tonight. This is my opportunity to kind of just get back with you guys. So the very first thing I want to talk about tonight is on my, this is kind of tough, but I'm just going to address it. Last time I went live was December 27th. And we talked a lot about the plaid race. We talked about all sorts of stuff, but about how I was getting pretty frustrated with some of the trolls that are out there that literally have no drag racing experience whatsoever, yet they would have been able to go out and run 8-9 all day long against the plaid and Triumph at the same time with no experience whatsoever. I don't know, it was interesting. We talked about a lot of stuff. A little bit aggravated on that live, and I didn't talk a lot about what was going on behind the scenes. Like I said, I don't talk a lot about my personal stuff, but with my mom being sick, I reached out to you guys, and so many of you guys, literally thousands of you guys, sent messages of like prayer and support, and I thought that it was only fair to kind of let you guys know what was going on. So when I came home to do the live with you guys, I actually had left the hospital because my mom had been taken via ambulance to the hospital, and there wasn't much more for me to do at the hospital than just sit there. So my dad actually encouraged me, hey, go do your live, go talk to your folks, get away for a little bit. We'll be here, it's fine. And unfortunately, that very same night, actually just early in the morning, my mother actually passed. And so it's been tough. Like these last couple of weeks last month has been really, really hard. And many of you guys may have noticed that I just kind of quit uploading. For the first half of this month, I might have done one video. It was very short. I think it was the video on the soldier that so many of the other influencers kind of chimed in. And eventually, Tim Kaniskis came in and helped that situation, made it right. It kind of a happy ending, but it took a lot of people with influential channels to make the dealership do the right thing. Plus, the dealership really couldn't do the right thing. And, Dodge ended up stepping up. Tim himself came to the rescue of the soldier. And I was super happy to see that. I've told you guys many times, Tim Kaniskis, great guy. But anyway, he did the right thing. But I just wanted to let you guys know, obviously, I talked about it in a post on my community page. But I just figured I would address it in this live, that is the reason that I did not post any content really for the entire first half of the month of January, guys. I just didn't have it in me. It's going to take me some time. So not an easy thing, watching that happen. For those of you who don't know, my mom had stage 4 clear cell uterine cancer. And man, we had so many of you guys that gave such positive messages of support. And I will tell you, she literally sat and read every single one of those messages that you guys sent. And it was really helpful because it was a fight. It was tough. She was fighting till the very end. And man, it got really hard. It's hard to watch somebody that you love, like your best friend, just deteriorate because of just an awful, awful disease. And it got to the point where she just couldn't function anymore, and that's the way it goes. So, I wanted to address it with you guys. It's been an emotional roller coaster. You never really get over it, but, you get through. And that's all I'll say about it. And honestly, for me, I needed to get back to making content, going back and doing my day job, and just focusing, just trying to refocus, trying to move forward as best you possibly can. But man, you guys, thank you again so much for all of your messages of support and prayer. We'll get through, and it's tough. It's tough. But like I said, it's one of those things. It's part of life. Many of you guys have reached out to me and said, hey, like I experienced something similar, and we all go through it to some degree, at one point in our lives. And so, but what you guys, I wanted you to know just how much it meant to both myself, my family, and my mom too, obviously, that you guys took the time to reach out and to be caring. So thank you guys again. And like I said, from moving forward, I have a lot of content to film. I needed a break. I don't know what else to say about it. Wanted to address it in this live, but I needed some time. And so, you know, it's day by day. It's day by day, but we will get there. And I do have a lot more content coming over the course of like February. I'll talk about it. But anyway, I digress. I wanted to just put it out there, guys. That is the whole big thing with why I haven't been posting a ton of content. Now I have the kind of the back half of the month. You guys saw more from me. You'll probably see a heck of a lot more from me in February because I've got this super expensive Demon obviously now. So I definitely need to make sure that I'm doing what's right for the channel. Another quick milestone that I did eclipse was 200,000 subscribers since the last time I saw you guys. That's been a milestone I've been working on now for a while. Thank you guys very, very much for that. I did put out another post on my community page about eclipsing the 200,000 subscriber mark. I know that's not a huge deal for everybody, but you know, some channels are huge or whatever. When the car, you know, in the car circles, it's hard to get big doing YouTube. It just is because you're just fighting over a relatively small piece of the pie when it comes to that. You know, you don't typically see car channels get big like infotainment channels, right? Or entertainment channels, I should say. You know, decent sized entertainment channel can get to 30, 50, 70 million or whatever it is, some huge number, right? I mean, I don't know, Mr. Beast is at like 170 or something million. it's a lot. But at any rate, you know, car channels don't get that big, but I'm super, super grateful for you guys and for everything that you guys do for the channel. And man, you know what? Here's to the next 200,000. We'll just keep doing what we do. I've got a lot of fire content coming up for you guys with the Demon. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Demon ownership, but I got a whole list of stuff I'm going to tell you about here in just a second. So real quick, I want to grab these super chats. Thank you guys for all the prayers once again. There's my man, Sovereign Knight there jumping in. David, he says, I'm looking at a 23 Charger wide body Super B. Let's see here. What do you think here? It could be a good track car. Super B is fantastic. My favorite trim. I even think the Super B, I like it better than the 1320. Just because the 1320, it is drag race oriented, but it's got a 20-inch wheel on it. Not that you couldn't put something like that on the 1320. I just really like that wide body with those big wheels on the Super B. I think it's great. So I do really like that. Saw your video when you drove it. I love the Super B. Probably it's definitely my favorite special edition aside from the Demon 170. And honestly, if I was going to get a Scat Pack and I could get one of those at a good price, I think I would probably rock Super B really quick. And I don't even really like Plum Crazy, if I'm honest. It's never been my color, but I just really like that car. I think it's a great car. So great question. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. If you can grab one of those and you like doing track stuff, I would say grab it up. Why not? Let's see here. Don't let the dealerships gouge you, by the way. The market has turned and is continuing. Yeah, I probably got some content coming out on that pretty soon, but we'll cross that bridge. Also, Ozzy Trippy 392 saying, you are amazing. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. Matter of fact, I need to write these down because Ozzy is now winning on the giveaway, and he's at 1999. So we'll just mark 20 on there, and David is at 10. So we'll keep track of that. And then Aaron's always jumping in there too. So anyway, I'll keep track of that, guys, as they come in. Real quick, let me make sure I didn't miss any of those. All right, cool. I did want to talk about that. Also, I want to make sure you guys know, we talked about the giveaway. I'm also working with, I'm working with a bunch of people. I saw Tom just jump in there. I'll grab you 1 second, Tom. I'm also working with Dream Giveaway. I think you guys have seen that in the beginning of some of my videos. Matter of fact, my man Sovereign Knight can probably grab the links to those. But Dream Giveaway is a company that I have kind of partnered with several months back. They do car giveaways, and I don't make like tons of money on this stuff or anything, guys, but I thought it was pretty cool that they offered me like double points for any of my subscribers on their car giveaways. So there's two kind of giveaways that I feel like are worth promoting. I mean, they have a lot of really, really cool giveaways going on all at the same time. Like they've got some awesome Corvette stuff. But the two big ones I think are cool right now are the Super B giveaway, because it's two cars, right? It's a Hellcat, they turned into a Hell B, and a 1970 Charger. And it is wicked. That car is so cool. And you get both cars in the same giveaway, and you can literally enter for like $3. So anyway, if you enter RacerX, you can actually get double the points. So if you go to Dream Giveaway, go check that out. Also, they're doing the 2018 Demon. It's a black and red car. I freaking love that car. I actually got to see it in person, and it's gorgeous. And so anyway, I'm hoping one of my subscribers wins that car. And if one of you guys wins it, like I said, use my code RacerX, and then you'll get double the points. So instead of just getting like however many entries they would normally give you, they double it just by using my code. And then if one of my subscribers wins, I mentioned to you guys, I will do either one of those two, by the way, the Super Bee or the Demon, when they do the drawing, which is coming up fairly soon, I think. I'll have to look at the rules, but I will do a video with you guys. I'd fly out there, do a video if one of you guys wins. And I think it'd be really neat because I think both those two giveaways have a very desirable car, and then they give you money for taxes, and it's kind of if you win it, you're in really good shape. So you could you could sell it if you wanted, or just keep it. Plus, you don't have to come out for taxes. So it's kind of it's a cool thing. I like working with those guys. They do give money to charity too, which I think is a bonus. So I have no issue with working with the guys at Dream Giveaway. So I just thought I would put it out there. If you guys want to, go ahead and go to Dream Giveaway's website. You can see all their different cars. I can't give you a code to get 50% more. Technically, it's 100% more, right? So double. I can't, but I only have codes for those two giveaways. But if you like either one of those, go try it. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I really do want one of my subs. I've already entered two, by the way. I don't know. I'm not very lucky when it comes to stuff like that. I don't expect to win, but my money's in there, so I could. I think it'd be neat if one of my subs won. There are other YouTubers out there that have mentioned it. But like I said, I think it'd be a huge, cool thing if one of my folks managed to win one of those two giveaways. So we'll see. Anyway, Sovereign Knight put it up there. 5 for the live. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. That's awesome stuff. I do want to mention my buddy Tom is in the house tonight. Now, Tom has a super cool convertible Challenger. You guys may have seen that in my one of my previous videos. We'll talk about it a little bit, but he's got a convertible, and I actually showed it in my video at Drop Top Customs. And a lot of people wanted to know how the Demon, I'm sorry, not the Demon, but the Challenger convertibles are done. And I walked you guys through the whole process with the owner of the company. And I spent the whole day out there basically. And Tom actually met me out there, and it was neat to kind of hang out with him and see his convertible as well. And they cut the top off of the owner's personal Demon 170. And that was weird to watch. I've never been a convertible guy, but he's going to have a pretty unique car when it's all said and done. And I'll go back up there when he's done with it, and we'll hoon around in that thing and have some fun. So I'm kind of waiting to hear back from those guys as to when the Demon 170 convertible is done. But Tom, thank you again. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Matter of fact, let me write you down here. And Tom is also in there at 20. And then, of course, who else came in there? Ozzy. Ozzy came back in. Where are you, Ozzy? Plus another 10. So let's see here. So Ozzy's at 30 now. So I have a black Red Eye 21 Charger. Let's see here. Try and get a Demon 170 like yourself one day, maybe, and go Mango. Well, that's a great goal. I don't know where the Demon values are going to go from here. Some people think they're going down. Other people say they're not. But, it's the last of a lineage. That's the truth of it. So at any rate, thank you guys for the super chats. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to keep kind of cranking on. Let me grab a couple more comments. And then there also is something else. Lymanstein with, whoa, Lymanstein's just jumping in there with a $50 super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. So Lymanstein, I don't even know how to say, I think it's Lymanstein. All right, got it. I got you in there, buddy, at 50. So Lymanstein now has 50 and has taken the lead from Ozzy on the giveaway here. So anyway, if you guys want to get a piece of that, looks like Lymanstein has got $50 thrown down on the super chats. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. I love it. Let's see. I'm going to grab a couple other comments I'm seeing come in. Let me just grab a couple random ones here. Let's see here. Look at my man CFL James jumping in there as well. Dealing with the trolls. Don't blame the clown for acting like a clown. Ask yourself why you keep going to the circus. Oh, my buddy. My buddy CFL James, he always has an interesting way of wording things. I like the circus analogy, buddy. That's good stuff. Oh, man, I got you, buddy. And the CFL James is in there with 20 bucks too. So I'm going to keep track of you guys. Wow, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I really appreciate it. And Sovereign Knight actually put the link to the Dream giveaway right there. So if you guys want to go check that out, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you putting that link up there. So guys, go check that out if you want to try and win. You, like I said, as little as $3, or you could as much as you want, get you a butt ton of tickets. Just, man, one of you guys needs to win, please. That's the big thing. Let's see here. Get her done. I like this screen name. Where did it go? Okay, hey, buddy. Glad to be here tonight with you guys. Thank you very much for joining tonight. I'm going to grab a couple other random comments here just to see what else we got. CFL James, I love it. You know, there's no shortage of trolls out there. We've already established that. So let me see who else. Hot Cars actually did a write-up on me too. Aaron just sent it to me earlier today and I saw it. And that was actually a nice write-up. Hot Cars talked about my 0 to 60 on the street with the Demon video. And they put a lot of my links in there. They put a lot of pictures. And so shout out to those guys. Shout out to the guys at Hot Cars. They're one of the few publications, because I get people, I mean, it may seem weird, but I do get people that write up my my content all the time. Like they'll just grab my content and write it up. I can't tell you how many of these publications will literally do an entire write-up on one of my videos. Or they'll leverage all my content, but never say a word about me, and never give any links, never give any credit, never do anything like that. And sometimes they'll even bash me, like was talked about earlier. And that's pretty frustrating. But I will say the guys at Hot Cars have always been very fair, and their write-ups, at least on my content, seem to be very fair, pretty good. Those guys do a good job. So I don't normally shout out publications, but I don't think I've ever seen those guys really do a bad write-up on me, on my content. They do a lot of stuff on me. So I think I should give those guys a little bit of credit there. So anyway, there's the link. Sovereign Knight just put it up there for you guys. Thank you, buddy. Sovereign Knight is on it tonight, buddy. Let's see here. What does Michael say? I bought a 22 Challenger GT. It even has the Performance Pages Blacktop Edition, but it's a V6. Well, I mean, it's okay. Let's see. I love the car. I just don't have the extra 18K for a Scat Pack. I think it's still cool. So here's the thing, guys. Whether you buy a GT or an SXT, or whether you go all the way up to a Demon or whatever, they aren't tool bags nice people, says Aaron. I agree with you, buddy. You know, we all start somewhere. That's the truth of it. And you know what? They sell more SXTs than they do any other trim. And there's something to be said for that. You know, there are some benefits to having an SXT. It's still a good looking car. Those cars ride fantastic on the road. No, they're not a race car, but you can still have fun in it and you can still look good. And it's a great starting point if you like to get into more performance oriented driving. You know, it's just something to kind of get used to, but they're still fun cars. And you know, like I said, there's a reason that they sell, not just because they're cheap. And that's a big reason, but I mean, not everybody wants all that power. I mean, it's a foreign concept to somebody like me, but sometimes that SXT or GT hits the sweet spot, for, you know, for just people that just want a daily commuter that looks good, that's fun to drive. That's why, I mean, you can look at the Mustang, the base level Mustang, the base level Camaro. I mean, there's a lot of cars out there and they sell more of those trims because of the price point, but a lot of people just really like them. So, you know, it's not everybody has Demon 170 money or Hellcat money or even Scat Pack money. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I started my driving journey all the way back when I was a teenager in an '89 Ford Festiva. Guys, go look that up and you will see why it was embarrassing. You'll see. It was terrible. '89 Ford Festiva. I think it had 60 horsepower. I used to get passed by like guys in golf carts in that car. And my buddies would go out in football practice, after football practice, and 4 of them would pick the car up, literally, and move it somewhere else where I couldn't find it. True story. So we all start somewhere. So no worries. Good stuff. I like the comments. I just saw a super chat come in. There it is. Ozzy Trippy just jumping in there. Dang, Ozzy Trippy is jumping in there. So Ozzy Trippy is up to 80 now. Wow. Ozzy Trippy jumping in with the $50. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. Aaron says Hertz rental car has Hellcats for sale. Do they really, Aaron? They have Hellcats for sale. I don't know if I would. Actually, I can't even say that. I would not want to buy a Hertz rental car Hellcat. Can you imagine how beat up that car would be? Because you know people, in normal rentals, they drive them like they stole them. Can you imagine what they would do in a Hellcat? Oh, man. Yeah, no thank you to that. Let's just put it that way. So let's see here. Let me grab this one comment and I want to talk a little bit. Thank you for the super chat, Aaron. What is this one? Party of Pool. What mileage is fine if, let's see, if I want to buy a 5.7 Hemi car? You know what? Here's the thing with buying a used car. You can buy a 90,000 mile 5.7 car that works perfect because it was well taken care of, or you can buy a 5,000 mile 5.7 car that is an absolute piece of crap. That's the hard part about it. Definitely do your homework. Look at your Carfax. Get up under the hood. Look at everything on the car. If you look at really closely, you can oftentimes, and listen to the car when you're driving it, all that kind of stuff, you can pretty much tell what kind of owner the car had before you. And I've seen some really high mileage 5.7 cars that I would buy in a heartbeat. They're well maintained. The former owner had a lot of pride in ownership. And then I've seen some people that are like, I'm just going to rag this thing out. Every single stoplight, I'm going to just freaking floor it. And they took them like 5,000 miles to completely trash the car. So, you just have to be really careful with a car like that. Do your homework on it. Make sure you give it a good once over, twice over, thrice, whatever you got to do. And just make sure the car is right. That's all I can tell you. There's really no mileage that I can tell you is good. I typically try to stay under 50,000 miles, but what do you do? So I want to get into the bulk of the content right now. Real quick recap. Ozzy Trippy is winning with $80 on the super chats right now, followed by Lymanstein at 50. So you guys have been very generous with the super chats tonight. Thank you very much. And we'll just keep that little tally going there. The next thing I want to talk about is the demon thing. This is the topic of the video. Here's my thing. So I've been so blessed. Many of you guys know I tried so hard to get this car for so long. I worked a lot behind the scenes on this car. I had difficulty with financing and I got that figured out. And it was just a lot of hard stuff. You guys remember I had the Dark Horse on order, which I was considering getting as well. And then of course circumstances changed and it just didn't work out. But I ended up still getting the Demon and I'm so blessed that I did. And even though I paid sticker for my Demon, actually less than sticker, I got my price protected price. And it was just something I agreed to way back in the day. My dealership held up their end of the deal, which was great, which is kind of strange to say it, but it's kind of a rarity for a dealership to actually follow through and do what they say they're going to do, which is just freaking travesty in itself. But the dealership did everything they needed to do. Stellantis held up their end of the deal. Everybody did what they were supposed to do to help me get this car, and I've been so blessed. There are a couple of things that I did not really think about with the Demon, because every car that I've always had this mentality as a car enthusiast that these cars, they deserve to be driven. They deserve to be driven the right way. When you have a car like a Demon 170, that's a car that doesn't belong in just some museum somewhere collecting dust. That's just the way I've always felt about cars. And I still maintain that thought. However, I'm not going to lie. Every time I go to get in that car, I worry about a few things. Because the car has so much value, you know what I mean? If I ever do go to resell the car, I don't want to have the same problem I'm currently having with my Mustang. Guys, my Mustang, I still have not sold it. And you think that Mustang was an absolute piece of trash that nobody wants, that's been could not be further from the truth. That Mustang is a bad mamma jamma. The best parts went on that car. The car handles really tight. It's just a really awesome, unbelievably fast car. The tuning is right on it. Everything about the car is great. I can't sell it. Nobody seems to want a twin turbo Mustang. The only offers I got on that car were super low ball offers that I'm just not going to give the car away. I'm not even asking, I don't feel like I'm asking that much money for it. So I went ahead and put that car on consignment over at Streetside Classics in Tampa. As a matter of fact, by the end of this week, you'll be able to see it there. So if you guys have an interest still in buying my Mustang, you can go to Streetside Classics website. But for some reason, that car now, the car has right at 50,000 miles on it. I daily drove that car. That was the whole reason I built that car. I wanted to prove that you could build a car with that much power that could still be reliable and you could daily drive it. And I did all of that with that car. That was the only car I had for a while. And with the Demon, I worry because the truth is I want to drive that car everywhere. I actually just got done filming a video earlier tonight on the C8 Z06. Many of you guys know I have a history with the C8 Z06. Well, I finally, after years and years, got a chance to go drive one, review one, and kind of do a little comparison between a C8 Z06, which just so happens to be right about the same price as a Dodge Demon 170. Now, you got all sorts of weird markup stuff going on, all that kind of stuff I'm talking about. Base price for base price, the two cars are apples and oranges, night and day. They are so different, built for different purposes. But if you got a chunk of money sitting there and you had to make a decision between the two, it's really interesting just to compare the two cars. And so I went out and I filmed that video for you guys today. I'm hoping to get it out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be what? Friday. So I already have that video filmed. I'll get it edited for you guys and get it out there. Fun to do. But here's my thing with the Demon. If I go driving that car everywhere, like I did my Mustang, like I did my Hellcat, like I did the Scat Pack, like I did all my other cars that I've ever owned, I'm going to pull so much value out of the car. I hate to say it that way, but like nobody seems to want a car when you get enough miles piled on it. So do I want to be the guy that's at some point, if I ever decide to sell my Demon, that's got a 50,000 mile Demon that nobody wants? And so I've never really had that. Now I'm starting to kind of understand, like when all these guys buy these expensive cars, whether it's a freaking Ferrari, whether it's a Lambo, whether it's, I've seen Bugattis and I've seen all this stuff, and they never have any miles on them. And to me, it's weird, right? You have this really expensive car that's sitting out there in your garage or, you know, in your whatever it is. And the car literally just sits because people are scared to put miles on them. They're scared to drive them. So it doesn't really happen with cars so much when they're lesser value, they're lesser, you know, they're not as rare or whatever. I've never really been in a situation where I was kind of scared to put miles on my car. But I am a little bit, you know, I basically take the car out to put, to do content with it, and then I put it away. And you know, so it's cool saying I have a Demon 170. I would love to just drive it every day, all day long and show it off and have a good time with it. Of course, we can't really do that in the rain. Like, it rains a lot here in Florida, so there's that piece of it. Can't do anything about that. But I will say, you know, just owning that car and just, I'm worried about putting miles on the car. And it's like, imagine if you went out and bought a Lambo. I mean, it's cool to have some pride in ownership, but well, what good does it do you when you don't get out there and drive it and actually enjoy it? And yet so you've got this really expensive, awesome thing that you almost never get to use. And it's weird, but that's really the way it works with really expensive cars. You can say I have one, but for the most part, really amazing, expensive cars, they just kind of have to sit. And it's a weird thing for me because I just want to go drive the ever-living snot out of that car because it is awesome. So that's one of the things. And the other thing I was going to mention, and maybe some people don't think about it, I'm a little scared to drive the car because of Florida. That's where we're going to go with this. Florida literally has some of the worst drivers on the planet. Everybody says their state has the worst. Go do the crash. Literally, go look at the crash statistics. People in Florida are absolutely crazy. I've seen stuff. I've been driving for, I don't know, like 30 years. And I have seen stuff in Florida living here 1 year that I've never seen in driving in 30 years. In 1 year, I've seen more here. My car insurance quadrupled when I moved to Florida from Texas. It quadrupled. I mean, New York City cab drivers come down here and they'd be like, dude, they're crazy down here. You know, you got one dude in left lane going 50, you got dude in the right lane doing 150. It's crazy. And, you know, so the drivers here, I feel like it's only a matter of time until one of these Florida drivers just takes me out. I don't know what to say about it. It's coming. It's not quite so bad with my Kia. That's why I bought that car. But, you know, a Florida driver at some point is probably going to get my Demon. Like, they're going to crash it because that's just what they do here. They just cannot drive. And they're hyper aggressive. They do not follow any traffic laws here. They just don't. It's just it's just what they do here. It's weird. I don't know what else to say about it. Any of you who have driven in Florida, tell me that I'm wrong. Yeah. I see all the thumbs up coming through. You guys know. I mean, Dallas is a big city. There are crazy people everywhere. But, you know, and yeah, some places have ice and inclement weather and all. It's just the way they drive here. They will not hesitate to run you off the road. If you're only doing 90 on the highway, good luck. You're probably going to die because they will run you over. A Nissan Maxima will run right over the top of you. It's just, that's part of life in Florida. So anyway, those of you guys that know, you know, that's why the insurance rates are insane here. Just my insurance alone is over $1,000 a month. And that is with, I had to go up a deductible. I had to go, I'm $1,100 a month. I had to go up a deductible amount. And I've had no accidents and no tickets on my record. None of it. And that's how much it is. So, you know, yeah, exactly. So you guys kind of see what I'm dealing with here, and that I'm just paying the price for the way they drive here. So anyway, the other thing is with the cars being stolen. That's the other thing I worry about with my car. I can't take it to Walmart. I can't take it to go to eat a lot of times because I'm scared to death that I'm going to go out and my car is going to be gone. And so, you know, that's another worry. So really those three things, right? Scared about putting miles on it, scared about, you know, a Florida driver just doing what they do and taking it out, and also scared of the people that want your car more than you do. And, you know, so all those things combined make it a little bit tough. Now, some people say, oh, you know, oh, boo-hoo, you know, you still have a 170. I get it. I'm super, super happy that I have the 170. It's what I've wanted for a long time. It checks off all my boxes. You guys know I'm a drag racer. I mean, it absolutely is an amazing monster of a car. And I'm so happy to have it. I love the car. But yeah, there's some things I'm fighting against with the car. And so anyway, I thought I would just kind of put it out there because it is kind of interesting when you really look holistically at what it's like to own a Demon 170, at least here in Florida. You got a lot to worry about. So anyway, but that's not going to stop me from loving the car, enjoying the car. The car's going to sit more than it's going to get driven. That's just the truth of it. You know, I'm not going to be a guy that can put 20,000 miles on this car in a year. It's just not the smart thing to do, as much as I would love to. I also don't have a tow vehicle for it. So I could probably keep a lot of the miles off of it if I just towed it everywhere. You know, so every time I go to the track, guys, I'm putting 150 miles on that car. It is what it is. So every track video that I make for you guys, that's another 150 miles on the car. And those miles tend to add up. So if you guys are like, oh, I want to see track content at the track every day, all day long, I get it. And I would love to do it for you. And you will get some track days. It's just, I have to watch it. I don't have anything to tow the car with. So maybe I need to go out and do that, but then there's the added expense of getting rid of what I already got and getting something that gets much worse mileage and finding a place to put a trailer, which I have no place to put a trailer. So, you know, there's some things, but I will figure it out. I thought I would just share it with you guys. It can be a struggle sometimes. So at any rate, yeah, so that's what's going on with the Demon and why sometimes it can be really hard to own a car like that. And I've always thought it'd be really neat to own like a Lambo, like our Huracan. An Aventador, right? I mean, just because you grow up looking at that bull, you know, some people it's a Ferrari, you know, some people it's a McLaren. The truth of the matter is when you own a car like that, you don't really get the privilege of driving it. I mean, if you can, nobody's telling you can't, but you got to have money to burn if you're going to drive it a lot because you're going to lose so much value on that car by just driving it. Now, I'm not saying if you get in an accident or anything, just you're going to kill the value of the car just by spending a lot of time driving it around. And that's the reality of having really cool, rare, exotic cars. So anyway, it is what it is. Some of you guys, you know, it's just something I've never really, you know, dealt with. Like I said, I've always just driven the crap out of my cars because I love them. And so, you know, what to me that says is that there's kind of a sweet spot for a car. Maybe it's at that Hellcat level for some people. Maybe it's at like the Scat Pack level or the Camaro SS level. Maybe it's at like the ZL1 level where it's like you're not really all that scared of putting miles on it and you just enjoy the hell out of it. But when you get to a certain level of car, you do worry about putting all the miles on it. So anyway, it's kind of where you're at with the Demon 170. You don't want to be that one guy where everybody else has got Demon 170s with 1,200 miles on them or 2,000 miles on them, and you've got 50,000 miles on your car. it's, you know, you might as well go put a whole bunch of money in the fireplace. So yeah, 1320 level, exactly. So there's kind of a, there's a point of diminishing return with these cars that you have to be aware of. I'm reading your comments as they come in, guys. So real quick, I want to grab a couple of comments and I want to talk a little bit about some other things. Let's see here. Who is winning? Ozzy is winning the giveaway right now with $80 on the super chat for the demon thing. I think this thing came out really cool. I might make one of these for myself too. The size of this, it's like a 12 by 16, I think is what it is. Maybe slightly bigger than that. But anyway, it came out really cool. And I actually really like that thing. I might need one for my wall that's a little bigger than that. But anyway, like I said, I like giving back to you guys. You guys also may have noticed I got new hats in. I have a new hat vendor that I'm working on right now. I'm gonna try to get some specialty hats made soon. So if you guys want to order a RacerX hat, then we can probably get something going here pretty quick. You guys have been asking about this for forever. I switched to a new vendor that's local to Tampa. So I'm not having them shipped directly from all the way back in Texas. So I'm making progress on it. And that means I'm gonna start being able to get shirts made, specialty runs, small runs of limited edition stuff. And then I think what I'm gonna do is get a Shopify site going, and that way you guys can get on there and I can directly ship you stuff as I have it made. So anyway, I wanna put that out there. So yeah, I'm digging the new hat. This is a new era too, so they're not real cheap fitted. The ones that I have done up probably will be less. I don't want you guys having to pay what I have to pay to get these specialty ones made, but I will get that figured out. But we're in the progress, we're making progress. We're in process of getting some stuff done. So stay tuned on that. We'll get it going. And then let me look and see here. Let's grab a couple other comments here. Good on the hat, says Tom Jack. That's insane. What else here? Hoodies, says Richard. Something to consider there, especially when it's cold out there, right? Let's see. Chris, and I agree, Sovereign Knight, too much power at your toe tips. Temptation would be real. Let's see. Kyle, I got a 2023 Challenger SXT rear-wheel drive Plum Crazy Pulse Rally Stripes. Nice. Let's see. Ozzy saying, I didn't care about miles in my scat till I got the red eye. There you go. Let's see here. Is that logo on a Charger or Challenger? So this logo actually is it's not technically a Charger. It's more of a generic type outline on this, but it looks a lot like a Charger. We'll put it that way. So of course, I did this logo a while back when I had my Charger Hellcat. So that's part of it. But yeah, so I've had this logo for a while now. Let's see here. I'm gonna talk a little bit, guys. I see, oh man, I see a lot of different comments coming in, guys. Flex capacitor, I like that, 1320 level, enjoy. I'm going up and down. Larry says you have to protect yourself, absolutely. Let's see. All right, let's talk a little bit about what I've got, what the videos that I came out with, guys. Real quick, have you guys seen some of the other influencers that have kind of put out a bunch of trash talk about me for no apparent reason? I don't know if you guys have kind of caught on to some of that. I've really not I don't really understand that unless people are, like I said, unless they're just kind of fishing for views. You know, a lot of it is from people that have either never raced me or never beat me in a race. I will put it that way. So, you know, I do talk a lot to my good buddy Demonology about how to set up our cars. I mean, people don't realize, like, we're friends. We talk a lot. You know, but I tend to feel like I'm pretty, you know, cordial and good with just about everybody in the YouTube community. I try to be. I try to be very neutral. I try to be very respectful. As I mentioned to you guys before, even when I raced the Plaid, everybody had all these like, oh, like, you suck, you couldn't win. Everybody was like, had their highest hopes like they were watching the Super Bowl or something. And it was just two car guys getting together having fun is all that was. You know, we just kind of wanted to stack it up. My very first time out with the car, why not? I wanted to be the first one out there to do the Plaid video. Car still ran good, you know, just makes a ton of power. Let's see, Aaron says, yeah, they suck, it's annoying. Report them. Well, I report them is what he said. Yeah, you know, sometimes you need to. But, you know, there's no shortage of trolls out there. And it did get under my skin a little bit, especially with everything I was dealing with personally. I'm not real sure why people feel like they have to come out and call you out. I I welcome people that want to come race me. You know, bring your stock, whatever. Come down to Bradenton. I would love to race you. You know, if I can get out there to race you, I will. One other thing, you know, and I think I talked about this a little bit on my last live, is that like all these guys are out there chasing times. And I'm finding that a lot of people that are running really fast times in their demons, they've done things to those cars. In terms of lightening the cars. A lot of people have already done trans tunes to the cars to kind of make them go faster. A lot of people are using lots of little tricks that they're not telling you, and then saying, oh, well, I had this bone stock demon that did this, so RacerX can't drive. Well, guys, literally, stock tires, stock air filter, I did not pull the bumper supports out. There's a lot of, you know, I did not tune the car. I did not do a trans tune on the car. I didn't do any of those extra things to that car. And I still feel like I can get a better time out of the car. There's some more things for me to try. I'm not running the lighter wheel setup. I haven't done a 15-inch conversion. I haven't done any of that. And a lot of guys are out there doing those things and then running and saying, my bone stock demon did this because RacerX can't drive. It's pretty funny. I'll just put it that way. But I still, you know, none of these people are actually like racing other guys. Everybody's chasing times. And, you know, it's like, you know, like demonology, and I talk about all the time. It's one thing when you're out there chasing a time and you're not worried about reaction time, and you can set your car up exactly the right way, and you can, you know, you can let the trans brake stall up, and you can just sit on the line and try and get as much RPM and all. When you got somebody next to you and you're on a 0.4 Pro tree, you can't screw that up. And heads up racing is not the same. Who else is out there actually doing heads up racing with the Demon 170? Maybe they are guys. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Who else is doing racing with heads up with a Demon 170? Getting footage. I raced this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Who else is doing it? Because everybody wants to chase a time. It doesn't do you any good to chase a time. I beat a lot of guys that say they run such and such time. They go out, they race me, they lose. So I can't with that, guys. It's different. It's different when you're actually heads up racing. I'll just put it that way. Bohemoth Racing's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. He says, let's see, you're a good guy, brother. Let's see, don't like Aitons to the haters. Yeah, no, I'm with you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Always be haters. But yeah, man, I just enjoy it. Like I said, I'll get back out to the track, and I'm going to be racing a lot of folks at the track. I don't mind it. I like that. That's part of the fun. I mean, it's one thing to run a time. That's great. It's exciting. It's another to go out and race somebody and win. And, one of the things that's coming up right now is Street Car Takeover. It's coming to Bradenton next month. Matter of fact, about 3 weeks. I just found out about 5 minutes before this live that I'm going to be gone. I'm actually had a cruise planned for the last, 6 months. And that just so happens to be exactly when I'm going to be out of town. So that is a bummer because I really wanted to go out. I've always done pretty well at Street Car Takeover. I like the format. It's just something about heads up racing that I like. It brings out the inner drag racer in me. And it's a fun event. And you go out and race against other actual street cars, because I've raced an awful lot of guys that are literally just a flat race car that never sees anything but a racetrack. And, it's fun to go out and race other guys that run street cars that actually drive on the street. So anyway, I don't know. It's a bummer that I'm not going to be able to go run that event, but I will try and get some more track footage for you guys here very soon. I have some different things I want to try with the car at Sick Week. I've heard about Sick Week. I think that's, what is that, Cletus's thing? Here's the thing. Cletus lives right in my backyard. I've reached out to him like 2-3 times, and I've never gotten a word back from him. I don't know how to get a hold of the guy. A lot of guys like Weston and Tavares, I want to collab with him pretty soon, but I cannot get a hold of Cletus. I don't know how to get a hold of him. He probably doesn't even know my channel is a thing. It's okay, but I think it would be neat to go down there and somehow do some content with him, but I cannot get a hold of the guy. So anyway, if you know Cletus, tell him to give me a shout. It is what it is. But I don't know that much about Sick Week, if I'm honest. It would have been cool to go. I follow some of his content, but I'll need to we'll see. We'll see if there's other stuff coming up with him that maybe I can start being a part of as well. And we'll go from there. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Which places will you be visiting? I'm not sure in terms of like, I don't know where I'm going on my cruise. I'll look at it again. It's been planned for a while. Let's see here. I do have people also ask me, you know, if I'm going to be doing like a tour or anything like that. I don't have any plans for it right now, but that doesn't mean, yeah, I think it is a Caribbean one, guys, for the cruise. Let's see, adults only cruise, swingers, says Aaron. No, I'm not going on a swingers cruise, Aaron. I'm not doing it, buddy. You know, the funny part is about that, it's probably people you wouldn't want to see anyway. That's the funny part about it. We won't go into any details about it, but you can imagine. They actually have like areas of Florida where they've got like, I don't know, they've got a bunch of like old people running around without clothes on. I've never been there, don't plan to go there, but I have heard about it, which is why I stay away. That's all I'm going to say. There's some different folks running around Florida. I don't know what else to say about it. Anyway, oh, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Let's see. So real quick, a couple other things to run through here, guys. We talked about the giveaway right now. Ozzy is winning the giveaway with $80 in a super chat. We talked about Street Car Takeover. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it. Now, I have another video that I'm going to film either tomorrow or Friday. And a lot of people want to know the answer to this. Many people have reached out, so I've got an answer from Dodge about the top speed of the Demon 170, because a lot of people are speculating one thing. A lot of people, we know what the teasers told us about how fast a Dodge Demon 170 will go. Well, I was able to get some information directly from Dodge, from their engineers, from Kate at the SRT Concierge Group. And I will answer that question in a video. What is the actual top speed of the Demon 170? And the answer will probably surprise the crap out of you guys. I'm just going to put it that way. I don't want to give it away because then you guys won't watch my video. But in the next couple of days, not only will you guys see the video that I filmed today with the Z06, but you guys will also have a video from me on the what the top speed of the Demon 170 really is directly from Dodge. So that way, the speculation, all that crap, it can go out the window. Now we know what the teasers said, but I think you guys will be surprised at what the true answer is. So anyway, I see some speculation coming through right now. You'll see. I think a lot of people will be surprised. So anyway, that's another video that I got coming up. Also, do you guys remember the video, my video where I took delivery of my my Demon? In that video, I actually had a guy in there who's got another pretty sizable channel. His channel is Boosted Motorsports, and he's actually building a car that looks just like my Demon 170. He's building it, and it's pretty cool. And he also has the Hellcoda, which is it's basically like the interior of a Charger Hellcat, but it's a Dodge Dakota truck on the outside. He's got a Hellcat engine in it. That thing looks absolutely wild. It's so cool to look at. I showed it in my video, but I want to do a collab with Boosted Motorsports because he's local. And I think that that will be a lot of fun. Also, there's another person that reached out to me about doing some content on a V8 Miata. I know this sounds weird. Why would somebody stick a V8, a big old powerful V8, in a Mazda Miata? But being the car guy that I am, that's pretty intriguing to me because I feel like it would be part fun, part death trap, which is what makes it fun. I don't know. I feel like that would be an incredibly sketchy car to drive, a V8 Miata. So I'm going to see if I can get a hold of this guy and go drive one of these V8 swapped Miatas and see what it is all about. I think that would actually be, it says a lot of people swap Miata. Yes, I realize that, but I just didn't know when with a 5.0 it was wild. I'll bet, but I think this is actually bigger than that, and I don't know. I'm gonna go check it out and see what it's really all about. I have a feeling it's gonna be a wild thing to go do, and I think it would just be fun content. So anyway, that's some of the stuff. I'm planning on giving you guys here over the course of the next couple of weeks. Not a swap I want to be a part of, says Chris. I love it. So anyway, guys, do me a big favor. We have almost 200 thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 200 thumbs up. I hope it comes with a roll bar. I'm reading your guys' comments as it comes across. That's scary. So let's see, Mike. Let's see here. I figure the tires are going to hold back the top speed. Could be something to that. Let's see, talking about the Demon 170, of course. So real quick, I also want to talk about, and the whole reason that conversation came up with the whole top speed of the Demon is because people were reaching out to me about taking their Demon 170 to Beeville, Texas for the Texas Mile. Dodge did not like that idea. I'm not going to tell you more about it. It's going to come up in my video. So anyway, I may make a trip out there for the Texas Mile. Somebody actually offered me an opportunity to drive their modified Stage 2 Red Eye at the Texas Mile. So that might be something that I do. We'll just have to wait and see how it all shakes out because I've only got so much travel time this year, guys. And MagnaFlow wants to have me out to California. I assume Dodge may do a speed week this coming year. So I just have a lot of stuff going on. So we'll see what happens. So real quick, the Dodge stepping in to help the soldier, that was my video from basically right at a month ago. I'm glad that Tim Kaniskis stepped in, as we talked about, and made it right for him. It's a shame that so many other people got shafted. It's really hard to just hold dealers accountable for all the little shady stuff that they do sometimes. And as I mentioned before, it really is a shame that dealerships doing the right thing is more the exception and not the rule. That tells me that the system is very broken, which is something I've been talking about for a while. But it is broken. And because a lot of you messaged me, and I could literally do every video on how this dealership did not honor their contract, this dealership made this guy pay this much extra, this dealership tore up this guy's paperwork because somebody else offered him more money. It's happened to me with my TRX. It happened to me with my Z06. About them charging me $50,000 over a sticker I had to go pay to some charity, or they just wouldn't honor their deal with me. It's been thing after thing, and so many of you guys have the same thing happen to you guys. It's just a shame. But I was glad that if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It was a lot of other influencers that did videos on stuff like that as well. Also, the end of an era. Did you guys see where I put out that video? It's very short. It was a very short video that I did about the very last Demon 170 sitting on that lot up in Brampton, where it was getting picked up by the driver. The driver's the one who actually sent me the picture. And it truly hit home that it is the end of the Hemi L-Power, or L-Power, the Hemi-powered L-Car era is what I was trying to say. We've reached it. It's done. The last of those cars has been built. It's not in the factory anymore. It's already delivered. So now here we are. The new era is here. So what is it going to hold? Well, we'll probably have some content on that here coming up pretty soon. Let's see, the Demon 170 convertible. That video got all sorts of crazy comments. There were a lot of people that said, that's sacrilege. Why in the world would they do that to a 170? And then there were a lot of people that were like, dude, that is awesome. That is super cool. And then there was everything in between. And go check that video out. If you guys want to see Drop Top Customs, I didn't realize their shop was as big as it is. They have like thousands of cars. It looked like thousands of cars sitting out there waiting in the queue to get done. And those guys, I couldn't believe how many steps they had to do to turn these cars into convertibles. And they do a lot. I don't know what else to say. I mean, those guys go in there and all the reinforcing they do underneath the car, all the reinforcing they do inside the car, all the stuff they have to move, all the grind down and all the little, go watch the video. You'll see it all. It's amazing, Drop Top Customs, what they do to make a Challenger convertible. And I thought it was pretty impressive. Jeff is the guy that I work with there. Great guy. He's been in business like 30 something years, I think he said, and he's just really good at what he does. And so everybody says, well, those cars cost, $24,000 to do a convertible. But I know why now. After watching everything that they do to those cars, You truly have a very unique and special car with a convertible. I'm not a convertible guy. I've told you guys that before. I realize it's subjective, but I was very impressed with how meticulous they are when they build those cars. And they have to be. I mean, they're basically building them with a factory warranty from Dodge, and they're a partner with Dodge. So they have to do it right. And so anyway, there it is. Sovereign Knight put that Drop Top Customs link up there for you guys. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. But anyway, that video was pretty cool. So go check that out. It's a longer video, but it's neat to watch. Also, what do you guys think about the X mod on the Demon? That thing is ferocious sounding. And I am very pleased with the way that Demon sounds. If you guys thought the back pressure and all the pops and gargles that thing made with the stock exhaust on it was crazy, and it was, it sounded ridiculous. It sounds next level ridiculous with the X mod on it. Oh my gracious, that thing on deceleration sounds like a fireworks show going off. It's ridiculous. And I like it. I love the thing, just sounds so good. The MagnaFlow X mod is so good. You guys know I put them on all my cars. And I'm really picky with sound, but good gracious. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. Man, it is, I've been really pleased with the MagnaFlow stuff. They have lots of different products. I mean, their X mod is kind of their premium product. It's not a cheap exhaust system, but boy, is it awesome. And it's for a car like the Demon 170, it is just perfect. So I'm really pleased with the way that car sounds with that exhaust on. It sounds phenomenal. So anyway, I did put a video out about installing the X mod. Now the Demon 170 versus the Mustang GT twin turbo. A lot of people watched that video, and it was interesting to watch how many people actually, I thought everybody was going to be, oh, the Demon 170 by far is the superior car. But a lot of people said they would have taken the Mustang over the Demon 170. It is a really interesting comparison between those two cars. Obviously, the Demon 170 is more expensive, but you know, there's a lot to be said for a car that you can turn up and down the power, and you can go, I mean, ultimately, from a potential perspective, if, like I said, if you threw a short block and a transmission at the Mustang could be considerably faster than the Demon 170. But then you say, on the other side of the coin, well, what if you mod the 170? There's always that argument, but both cars are incredibly fast. It's always an interesting thing when you go out and you've got 100 horsepower sitting in your garage. But that's the reality of it. But my Mustang is no longer in the garage. I took it over to Street Side Classics in Tampa, and they're going to put it on consignment for me over there. It just didn't make sense for me to keep it here, film as much content as I'm going to film with it for now. And hopefully somebody will buy it that will really appreciate that car and have a good time with it. So, I mean, I'm selling it with the welds, the drive shaft, everything. It's all going. So anyway, oh, Sovereign Knight already found it on there. Cool. So I didn't think it was up on the website already, but I guess he found it. So anyway, guys, let me look and see what else. There was a couple other ones. 0 to 60 on the Demon. Let's talk about this really quick. What did you guys think about that video? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy the video? What did you guys think? 0 to 60, I only did like 3 or 4 runs in the car. It was, trade you my Demon, CJ Masters. Aaron, thank you again, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. That was fun. I mean, I managed to get like a 3.5. Apparently with the Demon, you got to leave in second gear if you want to get a good time. It's a lot more smooth. People don't understand, if you've never driven a Demon 170, some people are like, oh, I've driven the 2018 Demon, it's the same thing. It's not. I've driven multiple 2018 Demons, and the initial torque hit off of the 170 just from idle is freaking vicious. It just is. I don't know what it is, what they did with that car. Obviously, it's a bigger blower, but the initial torque hit on the 170 just leaving off of idle is freaking nasty. And it's so hard to keep those tires planted. You have to just modulate. And one of the things that drives me so crazy about those videos, and I talked about it in the video, is that people, you know, they're like, oh, well, I mean, you should have taken the tire pressures down to 15, and then you should have, you know, done a massive, like 40-foot long burnout and then backed up in your own tracks and then poured glue on it. And then you should have done this and you should have done that. guys, that is not the spirit of the video. That's not normal street conditions. That's just honestly the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Imagine pulling up next to somebody at a stoplight. I almost did a little skit on this. And then they're like, hey man, you know, is that a demon? And you're like, yeah. He's like, guess what? Like, I'm about to hand you your butt. And you're like, oh really? And then you're like, oh, well, first off, and you're at a stoplight, but first off, let me get out of the car and lower my back tire pressures and put some glue on them. Then give me a good solid like 30 seconds to do a burnout. And hopefully the light won't turn green, and just sit there while I do all this stuff. I mean, really? I mean, the whole spirit of the video was to see how fast the thing goes on the street. Not, you know, and whatever favorable conditions you can get with mud bogger tires on it, or, you know, if you can go find some super smooth, perfect pavement somewhere, like that's not how that works. So anyway, so I got like a 4.0, like a 3.7, a 3.5. Guys, 3.5 on the street for a, you know, for a car like that is not slow. That's actually pretty darn good as far as I'm concerned. Yes, maybe if I ran 10 more times, I could have got a 3.4 or a 3.3. Wasn't going to get much lower. You run into a physics problem at some point. And that's what always cracks me up, is you get these guys that'll chime in and be like, dude, my scat pack, I'm sorry to tell you, but you can't drive. Like, you don't know how to drive. You absolutely suck. Like, my scat pack does 2.9 all day. And you're like, no, it doesn't, I promise you. Because it's interesting when you look, a lot of people think that when they look at their page, it'll show, if it shows like they look at their page and like, no, it says I went 1.8. Well, the reason it says 1.8 is because you spun and the tires, the wheels exceeded 60 miles an hour while you were sitting still or relatively still. And that's why it says 1.8. That doesn't mean you went 0 to 60 in 1.8. So please, I had to remind several people of that. Obviously, with the Demon, I wasn't, you know, that it wasn't a spin thing, at least on the street. I was able to get it to go 3.5. Like I said, that's about as fast as that car is going to go. And that's really fast. Like, for the street, that's really fast. And the car's just barely starting to move. And that's with the car basically skating and just clawing at the road with those big Mickey Thompson 315s on the back. And, you know, maybe if it was warmer, I could have got a little better time. Maybe if the pavement was a little smoother. I mean, there's so many variables, and that's actually what that Hot Cars article was about. But, you know, guys, and that's part of what makes it fun to go run it. You know, that's the truth of it, is that you have to have enough power to get you down through there that fast. But if you've got an absolute ton of power, that power is pretty hard to plant on a surface that's unprepped. So that's what you run into when you run into on the street testing. So anyway, let me look at a couple comments real quick. Scat Pack Charger wide body is the perfect vehicle. In LA, it's getting stolen or you're getting robbed here. See, that's the issue, right? Is whenever you have a nice car like that, you almost get scared to take it out in some places. It's kind of weird. Where's the gray Scat Pack? I sold the gray Scat Pack about 3 years ago. It's like 2-3 years ago I sold the car. So anyway, let's see. DMartini 392 tire setup. Let's see. 392. I mean, honestly, for the 392, I really like the 555R, the Nitto, if you're going to daily drive it, because it won't put you in a ditch typically. Any of the Mickey Thompsons, the Street SS, the ET Street R, I mean, you do not want to get caught in the rain on those tires. So, you know, the Nitto will do okay in the rain, and it's a lot stickier than a normal street tire. It's not quite as sticky as a Mickey Thompson, but they're great. They're, especially for like a Scat Pack type trim on the street, they're great. I mean, they're going to make your car feel a lot faster. So, and then the only other video that I brought you guys was the 2023 Mopar Edition Charger and Challenger. Did you guys get a chance to actually watch that video? You know, I just basically went in, I reviewed the two cars, showed you guys what you get with the Mopar package, and it was cool. It was a fun little video. It was neat to get both those two cars together. Very, very rare, the 2023 Mopar editions. And I enjoyed making that video for you guys. Thank you, Sovereign Knight, for putting that up there. And yeah, I think they look good. You know, it's the same thing with all the special editions. I mean, are you willing to pay 70 grand or more if they charge markup for a Scat Pack? And it's still a butt ton of money. And a lot of people say, I'm not paying 70 grand for a Scat Pack. But that's the current world we live in right now. For some reason, the Dodge product, it just got really expensive. And you're basically getting the same product you were getting 5-6 years ago for 45 grand. And now it's $65,000, $70,000, and sometimes you got to pay markup on top of that, which I'm not signing up for that. That's how I feel about it. But in this market, guys, you know, I told you earlier, don't go out and pay markups on these cars right now, guys. With the market turning, you're going to be in a terrible position. If you ever go to resell, you're going to have so much negative equity. Just don't get suckered into that. Dealerships have tons of inventory right now. It's the opposite problem we had during COVID. And yet dealerships are still trying to charge all this crazy money. Do not be that guy to overpay right now, because you're going to put yourself in a bad situation moving into the future. And they're going to have new cars coming out soon. And at some point, you're going to want to trade out of that thing. And if you got gouged by the dealer and you let them do it to you, you're going to be in bad shape. So that's just my recommendation. You know, it kind of is what it is. So really quick, I do want to talk one more time. So it looks like Ozzy with $80 on the super chat is probably going to win my my little thing that I had made here. So you know, I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's the very first wheelie that my car ever did, and it was a good one. I was amazed. If you guys watch the in-car footage of this pass, it's freaking violent. It's just weird looking at it in slow motion, but you don't realize the violence and just the sheer power that's going in to that run right there. It's actually really cool. So I was really pleased with how that came out. But unless anybody beats Ozzy's $80, it's going to go to him here in just a little bit. So let me grab, let's see here. Wait, there's giveaways. Well, it's sort of, I call it a giveaway. It's like I said, I always reward the person who has the most money in super chats at the end of the night. And when I do these giveaway type things, that's always how I decide who to send it to. So at any rate, I wish I had a whole bunch of them. Unfortunately, they do cost me money to have made, but I like giving back as well. So it's kind of a neat thing for me to do. Let's see here. Let me grab a couple of comments real quick, guys. I am pretty tired. I'm probably going to call it here in just a minute. You guys have been fantastic. 231 thumbs up. We still got a couple hundred people on. What a beast. I love it. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Richard Reynolds. Wait, there's giveaways. That's the one I just saw. Oh, let's see here. Sovereign Knight, thank you again, buddy. Thank you, Aaron. You guys are like my super mods, and I really appreciate you guys. Good to see Revit Racing on tonight as well. Crisscross, let's see. I can't either. Never had to learn. Oh, let me see. Who else has got a cool comment here? Let me go down a little bit here. Well, actually, I'm going to just go back up a little. I'm going to grab like 2 more comments, guys, and I probably need to call it pretty quick here. That Pinball Metal DOD. I love my RT Challenger. Good stuff. Destroyer 1320 is in the house. Good to see him in tonight as well. Let's see here. Let me go back up. Tell you what. I think I've got several people here. What does Adam say? What tips do you have for someone to learn how to, let's see, getting out to run at the drag strip for the first time? Getting out there is daunting. So really good question coming from Adam real quick. I'll go ahead and answer this. So Adam, I will agree with you. When you first go to the track, it is intimidating to say the very least. And, you know, all I can tell you is go out there on a test and tune night, learn what you can. And my recommendation would be to go watch people. Literally, just go watch people run for an hour. Watch where they're doing their burnout. You know what I mean? Watch how they pull up to the tree. Watch the way the tree drops, the cadences, all that kind of stuff. I mean, just watch people as they go through it. Watch the way they exit the track. And then what you can do is you can actually practice a little bit at home. Like, you know, if you know how to do your burnout, all that kind of stuff, practice all your cadences at home before you get there. And then here's the other thing. If you screw up, it's okay. Because if any of you guys remember some of the old footage I have of me showing people how to drag race and teaching people, they all screwed up. And that's just part of learning. And you're going to. It's just part of it. Next run, you go up and maybe you do one more thing right and you still screw it up. And the next run you go up and it was a little better. And then before you know it, you're starting to get the cadence down. And maybe it's just a matter of getting the burnout right. But there's a lot of things that go into drag racing that people don't always understand. You want to put just enough heat in the tire to where it's hot and sticky, But thank you again, Aaron, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. But you also don't want to put too much heat in the tire to where you're boiling it. So you kind of have to find that sweet spot. I mean, the Demon 170 is really tricky to do a burnout in because you have to shift it twice during the burnout into third gear. You have to have it over in manual or else it'll kick it out. But you can't really get enough wheel speed in second gear. So what I used to do is just punch it in second gear in the Hellcat. The Demon won't let you do that. You can't even start in second to do a burnout because it'll immediately just lock up on you. So you have to start in first, shift to second when you get all the way up, and then do the same thing in third, and then you have to get enough wheel speed to put enough heat in the tire to actually stick to the track. And that car makes so much power, you have to get it right. So there's a lot of little things that can go wrong. With a car with less power, there's lots of little things. Talk to people who drag race a lot about what they do to set the car up, because setting the car up is a big part of drag racing. Making sure you have the right pressures in the back, making sure you have the right pressures in the front, making sure the car is cool. I can go on and on. I mean, literally, I could make an entire episode about just what to do when you drag race. Aaron, thank you again. Wow, Aaron's just jumping right in there, said, hiya, thank you very much. So at any rate, guys, that is, that's just a little sliver of some of the information that I could tell you. A lot of different stuff. I could make like I said, I could make a whole video about it, but I don't have time to do it tonight. I'm wearing thin. But anyway, guys, let's see. 25-year-old build makes 650 horse, does 987. Wow, nothing wrong with that. Must be a light car if it's running 987. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of recap everything really quick. I still have 168 people on, almost 250 likes, guys. Nothing wrong with that. We're almost there. It looks like Ozzy is going to win the, what is this? Ogre Squasher, $4.99. Let's see, A30 or A170 aluminum crate engine news. Nothing more on the crates. I can reach out to Direct Connection guys and find out more about those crate engines and maybe give you guys an update on a different video. Good point. I'll write that down to see if there's any more information I can get. Don't forget, guys, RacerX Official on Instagram. I don't post much anymore. I may start posting more, but I do check my messages there as often as I can. So it's a good way to get a hold of me. So to recap, I have my, let's see, we've got the giveaway here. It looks like Ozzy is going to win the giveaway tonight. Thank you guys for all your super chats and your generosity as well. And Ozzy, do me a big favor, reach out to me on Instagram and let me know what your address and stuff is so that I can get this thing sent to you, because I don't think anybody's going to trump you right now. So I think we're in good shape on that. As I mentioned before, guys, not a lot of content from me at the beginning of this month because of the situation with my mom, and I'm still dealing with it on a daily basis, guys. It's not easy. I still have my moments, and look at Aaron just jumping in there. Aaron's just trumping you. Send the picture. What? Oh, Aaron Nilsson is just jumping in with $50 right at the end here, guys. Jeez. Oh man, Aaron Nilsson too. Aaron, what did you even say? Let me look. Right as I was trying to jump off here, Aaron does that to me all the time. Let me see what Aaron just did here. Aaron, first of all, Aaron Nilsson jumped in there with a $50 super. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Aaron Nilsson's like really close. Send the picture to Sovereign Knight. Total all mine up tonight. Wow. You know what, Aaron, you're right, because I wasn't totaling it up. How many super chats did you send me tonight? Because that's Aaron. Give me 1 second here, guys. Aaron just threw down the gauntlet and says, send it to Sovereign Knight. How about that? Aaron's done this before, where he's basically jumped in there. And matter of fact, Aaron Nilsson has sent in a bunch tonight as well. I think Aaron Nilsson is up to a whole bunch as well. But I don't think quite 80, but geez, Aaron, what did you send me here? So that means that, man, I've got all this adding to do here. Aaron Nilsson's got 60, let's see, 65. You guys are killing me with this. I got to add it up real quick to see who actually I need to send this to now. Let's see here. There's 70 Aaron Nilsson, 75 Aaron Nilsson. Wow. Aaron's at 2. Oh, geez. Oh, my goodness, guys. You're killing me with this. Behemoth. So, yeah, I think you're right, Aaron. I think you are ahead right now. I think you're at like $90, which means that you trumped. Aaron Nilsson's at like 75. And then, so that means that you trumped Ozzy. Ozzy, are you still on? I don't know what to do. Aaron jumped you here. I think he's got, let me look and see. Let me add them all up. Aaron, you got, what do you got, 90? That's too funny. And the Sovereign Knight says, I don't want to take it away from Ozzy. Either way, Ozzy, oh, Aaron Nilsson just threw in another 50 bucks. Aaron Nilsson's at 125 bucks. Wow, Aaron Nilsson has been throwing down many super chats tonight, guys. So this is what everybody's like, right as I was getting ready to jump off here, you guys, everybody starts throwing down on it. I'm going to sign it right here and send it out like soon because I don't want to wait to send it out. But Aaron Nilsson is now up to $125, and I don't know how many super chats you've sent in tonight, Aaron. Thank you very much for that. My goodness, all sorts of stuff. Ozzy coming in at, Ozzy's at 100. Oh no, Ozzy, you're killing me. All right, so Ozzy's at a total of, Ozzy's at 100 right now. Epic fail, he says, says Ozzy. Aaron Nilsson with the Fox just jumped everybody to 125, including Ozzy. Actually, you know what? Ozzy put a 499 one in there too. Any news on when Dodge will come out with the stages for your Charger Red Eye? Geez. Ozzy, do me a favor. I think Aaron, you need to send me a... Aaron, I'm having a hard time keeping track of everybody tonight. Aaron, you're killing me. So now Aaron is up to, 100. What are you up to, Aaron? 140. Aaron's up to 140, which means he just jumped over Ozzy. Now, wait a minute. Ozzy just threw down another 20. You guys are killing me with this. I wish I had more of these things. I'm going to have to just total this up, guys. I can't keep up with everything. Oh, man. Because Ozzy just threw down another 20. Aaron's at 140. Ozzy, I think, is at 135. I got to add all this stuff up here, guys. I need Ozzy and I need Aaron. Aaron, reach out to me on Instagram. I can't keep all the super chats straight tonight. Thank you guys very much. What is my total, says Ozzy? I can't keep it straight. I need to add you guys up, and I don't know if there's a way for me to add up all this stuff here, guys. But anyway, this has been a lot of fun, and Ozzy said I've sent. Okay, so you've sent me something on Instagram. Okay, cool. So we'll see what we can do for you on that. And because Sovereign Knight says give it to Ozzy. Ozzy's been working hard. And Aaron Nilsson, though, Aaron Nilsson jumped in as well. Aaron Nilsson just keeps trumping everybody. There's another $50 from Aaron Nilsson, which means, geez, Aaron, where are you? I don't even know where Aaron is in terms of the grand scheme of things. I might have to add all this stuff up. I've only got one of these things, guys. So, matter of fact, geez, I may have to stay on. Let me see what Aaron Nilsson is at because, let's see, that's 50. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. That's a lot. That's 100 from Aaron Nilsson. What else do we got? That's 150 from Aaron Nilsson. Man, I feel like I owe you guys all something. You guys are all so helpful all the time. And then Aaron Nilsson, geez, has a bunch. Do me a favor, Aaron, reach out to me on Instagram. Like I said, I only have one of these, and between Aaron and Ozzy, I don't know who. Geez. I got to add all this stuff up, guys. It's a lot. Y'all's amazing, says Sovereign Knight. Absolutely. Ozzy just jumping in there with another 50. Ozzy, I think you got it, buddy. I think you got it. I will. Ozzy's been trying really hard too, so it's pretty fun to watch. You guys watching all this stuff come through. Aaron says send it to the night. Oh, you guys are killing me tonight. I literally have to add all this up. Shoot, I'm gonna have to figure this out because I've lost. There's been a whole bunch of super chats. Put a picture of your Demon 170 doing wheelie on your website. Let's see. Tom is saying put a picture on the website. That way we can all order one. You know what? That is a pretty cool thing. That is a pretty cool thing, Tom. I agree with you. That would be pretty neat to do. Ozzy just trumped Aaron again. Ozzy's like not going to take no for an answer. Aaron's trying really hard to get Sovereign Knight something. Sovereign Knight, I have another something for you already. So I do have that going as well. So I was going to tell you about that, but Ozzy's not going to be denied tonight, guys. If you haven't noticed, Ozzy is just like, look, I'm I'm in it to win it. And I can't even keep all the numbers straight. I'm going to add all this up here in a little bit. Thank you guys very much for all the super chats and stuff like that. I'm trying to keep it all straight. Let's see. So I need Ozzy. And then also I need Aaron Nilsson to reach out to me as well. And like I said, I wish I need to go back and total all of it up, guys. I lost track. I hate to say it. And I think that Ozzy is definitely winning right now. I will double check. And I wish I had a good answer for you guys, but I really appreciate everything, guys. Yes, yeah, Sovereign Knight put my Instagram up there. Aaron, I know I talk to you all the time. Sovereign Knight, I know I talk to you all the time, but definitely make sure that you guys reach out to me on there. Maybe I can get something extra. Aaron, oh my goodness, wow. So Aaron actually jumped in as well with another 50. I don't even know how to even add all this stuff up. You got something for the night, I'll bow out gracefully. So I think it's, you know what's really cool is Aaron is trying really hard to get something for our buddy Sovereign Knight, who's been one of my biggest supporters since I've had my channel. And so anyway, it's been a complicated night. Ozzy just jumped in with another 50. Good gracious. Between Aaron Nilsson and Ozzy and then Aaron, my other Aaron, my normal Aaron, it's been insane, all the super chats, guys. Right as I was ready to jump off, you guys went nuts with it. And I really, really appreciate you guys. It does really help the channel. And thank you for the support again. Everybody's kind of fading out right now, getting really tired. I'm going to have to add all this stuff up, and I will get with you guys on Instagram when I add it all up. Like I said, I wish I had a concrete number. Aaron, thank you again for all your super chats. Thank you guys. Ozzy, Aaron Nilsson, all of you guys have been super awesome tonight, and everybody else for leaving comments and everything. I want to take just a second because I kind of got derailed. Once again, thank you for all the love and support you guys sent for my mom, the prayers and everything like that. Miss her like crazy. It's going to be a process, but I'm kind of getting my legs back under me a little bit. The other thing, I have a ton of content out there, guys, really from the last like 2.5 weeks. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. You know, I talk about all that stuff. Is the Demon worth it? We talked about the miles. We talked about the drivers in Florida. We talked about cars getting stolen. I still love the car. I'm going to drive the crap out of it when I can, when I make content. But I'm not going to drive it as much as I really want to, and that's the reality of it. And of course, go visit Dream Giveaway if you guys want to try and win your own 2018 Demon or the Super Bee, which actually I think the Super Bee might be my favorite giveaway they're doing right now because it's 2 cars and they're both amazing. Let's see, what did Aaron say? Ozzy says try again. Oh my gracious. Aaron says, let's see, better up your OnlyFans subscription. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think I would lose all my subs if I had one of those. And thank you again, Ozzy, as well. Aaron Nilsson, certainly Aaron, my man Sovereign Knight. Huge shout out to my good buddy there. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate all the effort. That's about all I had for you tonight, guys. I had a good time with this one. It's always fun. I know not a ton of attendance tonight. I think we had maybe 250, and we got 251 likes. So we did good tonight. I'm tired. I've got a video coming out for you guys. I've already filmed, as I mentioned, on the C8 Z06, guys. You guys have been waiting for me to get to drive that car. I finally drove it and I compared it to my Demon. And then I tell you which one I would rather have. And it's interesting. It's interesting. So I'm looking forward to giving you guys that content. And then if you want to find out what the Demon's top speed is, there's a video coming. So I will let everybody in the know. I got the information directly from Dodge, so I'm looking forward to it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. Thank you guys once again. I always remind you guys about this every single time we do these lives, but remember to hold your families tight. It's a crazy world out there, and you just don't know. Every day's a gift, and you don't know. You don't know when that last time you're going to be around somebody is. It's hard to live your life that way, but you also have to remember to not take anything for granted and, spread some kindness. That's right. Pay it forward. You know what I mean? Try and be patient with people. Try and be understanding. If there's a way to give a little bit to people to just make somebody's day better, why not, right? And always pay it forward and remember what's important out there. With that said, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. and I will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, RacerX.